Well, London's award-winning creative company, Sisters Grimm, will present the South African premiere of the Grammy-nominated smash hit musical, Inala. The special moment marks the global relaunch of the show ahead of its permanent residency as one of the premier West End shows in London, hosted at the House of Sisters Grimm. This gala night will take place next week, Thursday, at the Joburg Theatre in the iconic Mandela Auditorium. To tell us more about this, we're joined by the musical director, Milton, Ndlakuse, and a composer, and of course from Sisters Grimm, is Spira. So good to have both of you in studio. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So you threw a number at me saying 87% sold out for next week.
We sure are.
This is amazing, okay? Because to try and get people into the theatre these days and to fill up theatres, it's a dream, but it's not necessarily a dream that's ever achieved. I've got a feeling this is going to happen.
Absolutely. Oh, I think so. And, you know, we'd love to be able to, I think, sort of create a situation where the show can be here permanently, so more people here can experience it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. So, okay, let's start off with the show itself, and this is where I'll come to you. Talk to us about Inala. What makes it so unique and globally relevant?
Inala is unique because of the diversity of our country, which is South Africa. And since we are actually celebrating our heritage, so we brought, you know, this 15 people that will be celebrating and you know, enhancing and making sure that we are celebrating our heritage. So it's unique because we are different beings, and we have our own personality. So we are pushing that to the world so that they can see how unique we are in South Africa.
Yeah, and I mean, I love that, because I mean, when we look back at the history of it, it was it features music co-written between 2009 and 2014 by the legendary Joseph Shabalala. So I mean, what we've got here is something so rich, and it's an unbelievable balance between the rich cultural sound and storytelling. What attracted you to it?
Well, I came up with this kind of dream, to use Joseph's words, really, of wanting to create an environment where more different mediums could coexist together. And Joseph has been very brave and done that throughout his whole career, really. So in wanting to create this space for everything to coexist and create this new language, Ladysmith Blackman Balzo were the perfect kind of group to approach to develop this idea and this concept. And Joseph was just the most special man, and I feel so honoured that he let me in, really, and that he was open to trying to find this language together. And I think we did. And I did a huge amount of preparation. I really thought a lot about what is it that I'm bringing here that can perhaps create somewhere new for them to go. Yeah. And I believe we did do it. I think we achieved it. The first piece of music we wrote is perhaps the most poignant moment in the show, and it's called Usizi, and Milton will pronounce it better than me, obviously. And it was the first thing we wrote together in 2010 in Durban, at the Durban Playhouse, and it's very poignant, and wherever we've taken the show, it brings people to tears. Yeah, it's special.
How and why? Because that's where I want to find this out, because it's not something that, yes, here in South Africa I understand it, but when this is on a global stage, and you really you've travelled the world with this, what moves people? Because it clearly isn't an understanding of a language. There's a lot more to this.
Absolutely.
And what is it?
Well, music has power to revive. Music has power to unite. Music has power to restore. So, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of a language you sing in, but as long as, you know, whatever you utter to people, when they receive it back, it's as if they understand. That's the power of music, and that's what Inala, its objective is, to make sure that people are revived and restored. And, you know, one thing that I really love about this Inala, it's because, you know, Joseph Shabalala, the legend, and may his soul rest in peace, he so inspired me when I was, growing up and singing this song, Homeless. When I saw this song, Homeless, and I did a bit of research with this song, and it comes from, the apartheid regime. It was sort of a protest, from, this apartheid regime. So it's deep in me. It makes it so relevant to me when I actually sing it. Yeah. So that's the power of music. It connects people.
It really does, and it does it in the most beautiful way, because the whole idea is to bring authenticity to this, and I think you've managed to do that by bringing authenticity in how you're explaining it and how you're speaking about it, and still making it accessible for a global audience, because that's not easy. It isn't easy in something like this, but you've managed to achieve it. Perhaps share a moment with us in rehearsals or the creative process that stood out for you personally to achieve what you've achieved.
With this new team, we have young guys, people that are so eager to learn.
Yeah.
And we already obviously had a bit of challenge pertaining to language barrier. Others come from Limpopo, others come from, Rustenburg. And, Skatamia is mostly in Zulu.
Yeah.
So, trying to get them to sing in Zulu, and especially with pertaining to the accent, it was a bit challenging. But all in all, because these young guys, they want to learn, and they want to learn from those that have experience. It's a great journey, for us to grow and to make this thing happen.
Yeah, I mean, Ella, for you, because this is where it gets incredibly interesting. I mean, you're a British composer. So, I mean, at the end of the day, and you've been wrapped up in African storytelling, and this is something that you're deeply passionate about. Talk to us about this. I mean, what drew you to it? What has made you fall in love with this so much? I've gathered Joseph Shabalala is the thread here, and we know this, but I mean, for you, there has to be even more to it than just that.
So I've been trying to work this out as well. I don't understand.
Don't have the answer yet.
Well, I kind of maybe do,
okay,
possibly,
good.
Because I didn't really know why I felt so passionately about South Africa and so passionately about the people here. I have a deep commitment to everyone that we work with. Milton and I are extremely close and have a really, really wonderful relationship. And I want the best for everyone that we work with, the people that we're around. We do a lot to try to contribute to the community in as much as we can. And I think possibly it came from my mum, who was very active in the UK community of boycotting and wanting to see apartheid be broken. And one of the things I found out from my mum recently was that at 2, when Mandela was released, she sat me down and we watched it be broadcast live on BBC TV.
Yeah.
And then the same in 1994. And I think that must have kind of lodged in there. It's very interesting, those things that can happen in your very early formative years, that create a pathway for you.
Yeah.
And I really deeply care about the well-being of people here, and of course, first and foremost, the people that we work with and that we feel a deep care of duty towards everybody.
And this is leading me to my next question, because you mentioned it's 16, is that right? 16?
14.
14.
Yeah, 14, but then we also have employed quite a lot of people to support in management, in marketing and PR here. And
that's here. So does this cast, the entire cast, go into London to do this?
Yeah.
So they stay there in London, and they get to have a residency on the West End.
Yeah, we deal with the visas, we deal with all of the logistics. It's a big undertaking.
It is big. It's a big undertaking, but what a magnificent thing for this cast and crew to be able to go down there, because it can't be very easy to get a residency on the West End.
Well, so more than this, we have decided to build our own space.
Sure, exactly. That's your theatre.
It is our theatre,
yeah.
And it's been, it's no small feat, and it's a lot, and there's of course a huge amount of challenges, but it's really going to be special. And I think so. One of the things we're doing here too is this venue is a bit more luxury lifestyle. So we're also, I believe, by making Inala be the sort of resident show in the space, we're elevating the people in the show even more. We're kind of saying, this is a luxury lifestyle experience.
Yeah.
You know, we will continue to do the impact work that we do outside of that, because we have had 14,000 young people benefit from our social impact programs. That a lot of those have actually been around Inala, and around continuing the education to UK kids of apartheid, but first and foremost more towards careers actually, and job opportunities and upliftment. And so we'll continue to do that. But really, this venue is all about sort of celebrating South African culture, our continued commitment to celebrating South African culture and collaborating with different people here. The show, the artists, obviously, paintings that I've done of different places around South Africa, and then fine wines from South Africa.
You have to add that in. That goes without saying. I mean, I love the way you threw that in. That's imperative. Okay, so it starts the London residency. You were saying probably open ticket sales, all of that in September.
Yes, that's a public
September.
opening.
Okay, but the big event for us here in South Africa, hopefully it'll get a permanent residency. But for now, we have the 22nd of May, and the tickets are available, and we're in for an incredible night. 7:30 is the time. So you've got to urge people to go down there, fill this house up, right?
Absolutely. It's a one show. It's the first time it happening here in South Africa. So people should come prepared. They must put on their dancing shoes, so that they're gonna have an emotional roller coaster, because we're going to take them on a very great journey celebrating South Africa.
Amazing. Grammy-nominated stage production blending Zulu choral music, classical composition and contemporary dance into a powerful musical on stage. South African culture like you've never seen. Go out, book your tickets and enjoy it before the world gets to see this. And we are here with musical director Milton Ndlakuse and of course Ella Spira from Sisters Grimm. Guys, thank you very much. And most importantly, the main guys are here. They're in studio with us and they're going to ease us into the weekend. So don't go anywhere.